When a show is popular enough, there's probably be a game about it, either a flash game, a mobile game, or a genuine video game. That's no stranger to Cartoon Network with the popular shows like Adventure Time, Regular Show, or even The Amazing World of Gumball. So what I did, I tried remembering and researching as many games as I could get in this video, and I'll try my best explaining what it's about, or at least the concept of them. By the way, if you don't know, I'll only be talking about shows around the 2010s, so no John Bravo or Courage. We'll work our way with the shows until we reach the crossover games, then the shows that got about like one game as an honorable mention. We start with Adventure Time, with the first game being Card Wars. Basically, you lay out your plots of land, you put down your cards, commence the battle, and you can flute. And yeah, that's the game in general, but if you want to see more, then you can go to Swingbird's channel, because he got a whole series around the game. Now, for some reason, the game just shut down out of nowhere, which is pretty sad, so yeah. Next, we got Pirates of the Caribbean. You set sail around the land of Ood to figure out why there's so much water in the damn place. It's a PS4 game, but I got two things to say about it. First of all, I love BMO, but second, I felt like there was something missing in the game. Like, it was more of an adventure game than it is an RPG-like game. We got the balloons version, and the only difference I can think of is that there's no replicas in general, and that's about it. Honestly, I'm really surprised that the game exceeded my expectations, because as I'm making this video, there's more than 10 million downloads. Then again, we're talking about balloons, so Fin and Bones. It's a basic RPG game, and you go through dungeons to save Jake, and you mix things to become stronger. The game's still available on the Cartoon Network website, so if you want to try it, go for it. Finally, we got BMO. Basically, it was just a fun app with music, games, and other stuff. Personally, my two favorite things in that were the camera part and the game where two Abraham Lincolns play football. I guess if it counts, Finn and Jake in Multiverses. It's not an Adventure Time game, but technically they're in it, so I didn't know what to make of it. By the way, if you know Multiverses, then you know how insane Finn was with the bag move. Next up is Clarence with Clarence Saves the Day. It's just a puzzle game, and you just gotta do with what you got. It's short, but I'd like you to try it. There's some flash games of it lurking in Google, so if you want to try it out, I think they work. Awesomest battle in history. I fell in love with this game mainly because of the concept. The thought of Clarence and his friends fighting like it's a goddamn war is like a childhood dream. And there's Capture the Flag. Another pretty short game is Scared Silly. It's a puzzle game again. 12 levels ramping up in difficulty, and balloons and rising tombs are your worst enemy. Finally, we get the 30 Days and 7 Seas. A strategy game where you play it like a board game, defeat enemies and bosses, level up, all of the above. These next two shows got a lot of games, so I'll try my best to summarize them as fast as possible, starting off with Gumball. Rainbow Ruckus. Gumball and Darwin go through the sewers to fix the pipes and I guess spread the rainbow cause it quite literally got shattered. Darwin does all the repairing and Gumball does all the shooting. Schoolhouse Rush. It's an obstacle course game like Hard That Hustle, we'll get to that in a few seconds. Characters like Alan and Leslie are used as bouncing pads or for hovering, just trust me. Blindfold. Every level, Anais finds a way to get Gumball and Darwin to bump into each other. She can stop both of them from moving, and obviously it's gonna get more complicated as the levels progress. Remote Foo. In a nutshell, everyone's beating each other up to watch their favorite show. That's it. They also have special moves like they was in an anime or shit, but yeah. Hard That Hustle. Darwin gets lost on a field trip, I don't know why, but as Gumball we go through multiple obstacle courses and construction men that want to kill us for some reason. Water Sons. Gumball and Darwin cool off their friends, Gumball fires water balloons, and Darwin throws rocks to deal with the obstacles. Honestly, I don't know why they don't come to them like, bro, you might get heat stroke and or die. It's kind of like, oh, you want to cool us? Then splash us through these obstacles we may or may not have built. Like, bro! Fellowship of the Things. Pretty cool RPG game with puzzles, that's all I gotta say. Gumball, Darwin, and Anais attempt to retrieve their missing furniture by facing monsters, which make me question why they even exist. One of the things that made me fall in love with the game is the thought of going on an adventure, whether dressed up as a knight or something. Gives me Craig of the Creek vibes if you know what I mean. Gumball Game Suburban Super Sports. Can't really say anything about this game, just a variety of games you'd see somewhere. Nightmare on Elmore. Another obstacle game, but they're unhealthy food related, and you can click on them to be destroyed. By the way, the only reason they're having this nightmare is because Richard felt them literal trash. The bungee. Anais tries to grab as many Daisy plushies as she can get while on the bungee. However, at some point, Anais will slow down and she'll go in reverse. While she's experiencing the thing we call physics, you have to drag her to the rings as much as possible and avoid hitting on cones like how I hit on women. Speaking of Daisy, we probably got one of the most iconic games in the franchise, Dino Donkey Dash. The game's an obvious reference to the scene in the quest where each step into getting Daisy becomes a minigame in itself. There are some differences, like how Anais never threw a pole to Gumball Darwin, but overall, it's still a good game. Well, was I guess, because I tried the flash game of it. never got past the third stage. Next few, we got Splash Master, Sky Streaker, Wheels of Rage, Agent Gumball. Then we have Pizza Apocalypse. It's like Shell Shock if you know what the game is, but violence is heavily supported. Also, this game's a reference to the pizza where both show and game aim to find Larry. Finally, Mutant Fridge Mayhem. The trio basically face the food-turned mutants from their fridge. There's something in this game that I love, I just don't know what it is. Maybe it's the way they attack. Either way, I love this game. Also, the fact that this all started because Richard put something way out of date is not only stupid, but also gives me vibes from regular shows next on this list with Ghost Toasters. In a nutshell, you quite literally destroy ghosts, but you get points by going through portals. They'll change the character you're using unless you hop on a purple portal, which will add an ally throughout the level. That's unless you get hit by a ghost. Honestly, when I found out about this game, and that was in this Play Store, I was generally begging to buy this game, only to find out that I was bawling my eyes out for nothing, because I never got a transaction. Turns out my parents gave me load, you know, like Smart and Globe. Grudge Ball. It's dodgeball in the future, and somehow everyone's got special skills. Ironically, this teamwork game started because everyone kept arguing each other, so they had to save Pops by freezing themselves to get into the future. I know I left some parts out, but I don't care. The next batch of games are Ride 'em Rigby, Rigby MX, Night Marathon, Cupcakes of Doom, Dimensional Drift, Park Strikers. Then reaching into my bag, it's Nitwits. For as long as possible, you just make sure two people with similar sweaters don't bump into each other, but you can't control where everyone goes though. Fist Punch. Mordecai and Rigby released the Taekwondo version of themselves to save Margaret from Night Owl. Simple plot, simple mechanics, but nice gameplay. They do have a sequel to the game which is just Fish Punch 2. Wait. Fist Punch 2. But this time Skips and Margaret join the battle. And also the OST of this game is part of the background music of this video, if you didn't know, along with Cupcakes of Doom and Park Strikers. Finally, the Great Prank War. Tower defense game where meat, eggs, fish, and toilet paper are weapons. Also, for some reason, they master pranking techniques as if it was like witchcraft. Just a reminder, the lore of this game is that Gene used time travel to take Muscle Man from them just to take over the park. To be fair, Muscle Man's their best prankster, by a lot. And to be fair, Gene does have an obsession with pranks to the point where that's his way of taking over the park. You have Teen Titans go up next with Teen Titans to start off. Robin suddenly becomes obsessed with minifigures that fight, I guess. These minifigures are characters we've run into throughout the entire series. And let me just say, this game popped off. But unfortunately, it got taken down the app and Play Store. But overall, it was a nice strategy game. Tower Lockdown's another obstacle game, but the twist is that you can flip off gravity. Panic Mode's a tower defense game, but you create the path. Then Drillionaire 1 and 2. And Titanic Heartbreak. Apparently, Robin loves Starfire so much he'll unintentionally drop lots of hearts to where if you touch them, you'll be like Robin. Spoiler alert, the ending is just as messed up as the time they made Robin believe his parents were still alive. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then watch the Millennium video about it. Apologize for the British accent. I wanted to add Titans Most Wanted. Well, it's already here, but I don't think it's that popular, and the game in general is just pretty bad. Our last show before we get to the crossovers is Steven Universe, which is quite literally the entire Light series. Attack the Light, Save the Light, then Unleash the Light. Honestly, I never knew Unleash the Light was the thing until I was looking for games. Maybe because I stopped watching Steven Universe at that time. I still say Save the Light's the best game in the franchise. Just felt very open, unlike Attack the Light, which just looked like a mobile game. Oh wait, never mind. Another thing to mention is the fact that they added fusions. Even Stevani. Yeah, Connie, Peridot, and Greg are in this game. Greg! And he uses a guitar as his weapon. As for the crossovers, we have Formula Card and Touch and Go. Me personally, this game was insanely fun. I got to play it with my brother and relatives before, knowing how insane Gumball was here. If you know, you know. Then we have PS4's Battle Crashers. The title's probably based on Castle Crashers because of how the game's laid out and the number of levels. However, I can't see why some people don't like it, mainly because it didn't reach their expectations. But overall, I'd still want to get that game on my hands. I mean, Clarence has a soda flamethrower, Gumball has a vacuum machine, Steven's like a shotgun guy, and Uncle Grandpa's Uncle Grandpa. Finally, Superstar Soccer. It's just football, but every player is a cartoon character with their own stats. That's basically it. I know there's a couple more crossover games within the CN realm, but I just didn't get a lot. That's all I have to say. I mean, there's BMX Champions, but it came out around 2022, so not necessarily nostalgic. As for honorable mentions, we have Uncle Grandpa's Afraid of the Dark, Sneaking Santa, Bellbag Bonanza, and the background you see right now, up just no good. Johnny tests with Attack of the Johnnies, which is essentially a tower defense game, and the enemies are Johnny and... Wait, what was the dog's name? Oh, my Magisword surely quest where, as you can see, you kill enemies faster if you use the right Magisword or shape, color, bleh. There's also Deadly Darling, but I don't have the right to explain what's even about because I have no idea what it's about. Probably the coolest quote-unquote game is the official Mighty Magiswords app, Magimobile. There's a lot going on there, but the best feature is that every episode of the show, you can use this app to collect a Magisword, and they'll just tell you when you should pull out your phone, and the rest is... I want to glaze on Mighty Magiswords one more time because of how awesome the show was to me, but as I'm making the script, the creator recently got some very serious issues. Lost Dr. Disrespect, then Codico, Mixel's Calling of Mixels. Then OKKO Let's Play Heroes, another PS4 game, and also a Steam game for $19.99. I really want to say something positive about this game, but I honestly don't know. I just don't know what makes it for me amazing, but just trust me, it's amazing. But that's gonna do it for this video. I know there's some games I missed out on. I mean, I know I missed out on Jumping Finn, but you can check out Jaden for that game and other games you probably missed out on. Now, I'm not affiliated to him in any way, but I'm simply shouting out an insanely small creator. You can comment what I missed out on for everyone to see. If you like this video, then check out the games I mentioned, even if they're Flash games. But yeah, that's it for this video.